For section 4 or 5, we're going to talk about constructions in a triangle, and we're going to try a new screen recorder today, so hopefully this compass might help you learn the constructions better. So this is my fixed point that I'm hovering over right now. So on your safety compass, that's the part that you can, again, kind of like fling the compass around on, and that I always call the fixed point when we've done the constructions in the past. And then this is going to be the same point where you would stick your pencil through on the safety compass. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is construct the bisector of angle A. To do that, you're going to put your fixed point on A. And again, it does not matter how far or how close you slide your compass in or out, but once you have it at the spot that you want, you're going to draw a nice big arc through the angle. Okay, then we're going to take the fixed point off of A and we're going to move it up over to this point where that arc intersects that side of that angle. And once it's there, I'm just going to take my compass and I'm going to make sure I slide it out a little bit more. And I want to draw an arc towards the center there. And now I'm not going to change the setting on the compass, but I'm going to take the fixed point off of here and move it over to here. And I am going to draw that same exact arc using the other fixed point. Okay, and then the last thing that I need to do is I need to connect A to the point where the two arcs intersect over there. And now that line that I just drew is the angle bisector of angle A. So for question 2, if you construct the angle bisectors of all the angles, what would the point of concurrency be called? If you remember correctly, that would be called the incenter. So it's the incenter of that triangle. For 3, we want to construct the perpendicular bisector of XZ. So when I'm constructing the perpendicular bisector of XZ, I'm going to ignore the rest of that triangle except for this line segment here. And the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to put that fixed point of my compass on X. And again, I'm going to slide my compass out. Again, there's not really a set spot that you have to push this to. However, it must go more than halfway across. So I'm going to make it nice and big, and then I'm going to draw a nice big arc, almost like a semicircle. Don't change the setting on that compass. I'm going to come over to Z, and I'm going to put that fixed point on Z now, and I'm going to do that same thing on, oops, I just changed it a little bit, I didn't do that. On this side, I am going to draw a second arc over here, and there we go. Okay, and now all I need to do is to connect the 2 points where those arcs intersect with a straight line. And that right there is the perpendicular bisector of XZ. Okay, so if you were to construct all the perpendicular bisectors of all the sides, that point of concurrency would be called the circumcenter. Next construction, we're going to construct the median of a triangle. And remember what the median is going to do. It's going to be a line segment that connects from your vertex to the opposite side, and it's going to connect to the midpoint on that opposite side. So in order to construct the median, the first thing that we're going to have to do is find the midpoint of the AB by drawing the perpendicular bisector of that side. And then all we're going to do is connect the vertex to the midpoint. Okay, so again, we're going to do the same exact construction that we just did on the last slide, and in terms of the perpendicular bisector. So I'm going to first find the perpendicular bisector of AB. Again, I'm going to put my fixed point on A, and I'm going to slide this compass out more than halfway across AB. It doesn't matter how much further, it just has to be more than half. If it's not more than half, when you go to connect your 2 points where the arcs intersect, the arcs aren't going to intersect, and that's going to be the problem. Okay. Again, don't change your compass setting, flip that over and put your fixed point now on B. And then once your fixed point is on B, you're going to draw your second arc that's there. Okay. And now again, I need to draw a line that is going to connect the 2 points where those intersect. Okay. And now the point that is where I'm hovering over here, that is the midpoint of AB. So if you want the median from vertex C, all I'm going to do now is draw a line that connects from C to that midpoint. So again, I'll get my line back. I'll start at C and I'll connect to that midpoint. And there is the median of that triangle. For number 6, it's going to be the same type of construction. So we want to construct the median from vertex X to YZ. So this time I'm going to have to bisect YZ first, then connect my midpoint to point X. So again, we're going to take our fixed point and we are going to put it on Y. And again, it does not matter how far you go in terms of the length of your arc, but just make sure it is more than halfway across YZ. And again, we're going to draw a nice big arc. Okay, and then we are going to flip that over and put the fixed point on Z, and we will draw our second arc. There we go. And again, if I connect this point to this point now, this point where I'm hovering over, that is the midpoint. Sorry, this point right here. Sorry, we're doing the midpoint of YZ. This point right here is the midpoint of YZ. So now the last thing that I need to do is connect the vertex X to that midpoint that we just found over there. And that is the median from X to YZ. Next thing that we want to do is construct an altitude. So our steps here are going to be to put our compass on a vertex and draw arcs on opposite sides. Okay, and then we're going to make the compass longer and we're going to start at the intersection points and put arcs below the side. Okay, and then we're going to connect the vertex to the intersection point. Okay, this is the same exact construction as drawing a perpendicular line through a point that is not on the line. So really what we're going to do for number 7 here, we want to construct the altitude from the vertex Y over to XZ. So really what I want to do is I want to concentrate on this point Y and this line segment XZ. I'm completely ignoring this left-hand side of the triangle and the right-hand side of the triangle. So again, the first thing that we're going to do is put our fixed point of our compass on Y. And again, I'm going to have to draw an arc that intersects XZ in 2 spots. So again, just make sure that you drag that compass out far enough so it is going to intersect that line in 1, 2 spots. Uh-oh, it's not intersecting. If that ever happens, all you have to do is take your line here and extend it in the opposite direction. And now that's going to be good. Now we need to take that compass and slide it down. We're going to use this point first and then this point second as our fixed points. And we're going to use that as a fixed point. And again, we just need to extend the arm of this just a little bit longer. And again, I'm just going to draw an arc underneath. And then again, we're going to flip this over and use this as our fixed point. Oops. We're going to use this as our fixed point, and come on. There we go. Nope, there we don't go. Move this right first. There we go. All right, so we're going to use this as our fixed point, and again, we are going to draw our arc there. Okay, and now again, move this out of the way. If I draw a line from Y to the point where those two things intersect, from Y to that there, now that line, that last line that I just drew is perpendicular to XC, and that is your altitude. Okay, so for our last one, we want to construct the altitude from vertex C over to AB. So again, I want to concentrate on C and AB, and I'm going to ignore the rest of that picture. So I want to ignore the rest of that trapezoid. I don't know where this is coming from. Let me just get rid of that. Okay, so again, I'm going to use C as my fixed point, and I'm going to draw an arc of any size that intersects A, B in 2 spots. So here is my arc. And again, it didn't quite intersect over on this right-hand side here. So to fix that, all I'm going to do is extend side AB so it does intersect. Okay, and now again, you're going to take your compass and make it slide it out a little bit further. And then we're going to take that fixed point from up at C and we're going to bring it down to this point over here that's closer to A. And you are going to draw an arc underneath here. And then we're going to take that, don't change the size of that compass, don't change the setting, don't slide it. You're going to take this point and flip it over to point B. And then we are going to rotate this down. There we go. And now we're going to draw an arc there. Okay. And then when I drop a line from C to where the 2 points intersect, that will be the altitude of that trapezoid. Okay, and those two things now are perpendicular.